Todd Ferguson with the Reason Files. Today we're going to take a look at Steven Anderson's upcoming conference that will be held at Faithful Word Baptist Church in Tempe, Arizona. The conference will take place October 29th, 30th, and 31st. The first speaker kicking this off is Pastor Grayson Fritts from All Scripture Baptist Church in East Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's take a listen to a recent news clip involving Pastor Grayson Fritts.
His superiors commended Grayson Fritts for his fine teamwork and contagious attitude in dealing with the worst subjects. Evaluations also say the words goodwill ambassador describe Fritts perfectly. It's a stark contrast to the KCSO detective's remarks as pastor of All Scripture Baptist Church earlier this month. On June 2nd, he called for the government to execute members of the LGBTQ community. On June 9th, he encouraged hatred of the gay community. The church identifies itself as an independent, fundamental, King James Bible-only, soul-winning church.
The bloodbath that Grayson Fritts would want to bring to America is quite sickening. After Grayson Fritts, on the first day of the conference, will be followed by Patrick Boyle. We at the Reason Files are uncertain if Patrick Boyle will actually show up to this conference due to the fact there's been a recent war of words between Steven Anderson and Patrick Boyle. However, there's still plenty of time for them to kiss and make up before the conference. Moving on to day 2, you'll have Aaron Thompson, followed by Roger Jimenez. I'm sure with Aaron Thompson, we'll be looking forward to a death prayer against Evan Bingen, Robert Tuttle, and Stephen Harper. Also with Roger Jimenez, if you remember in one of Evan's videos, Evan was commenting that Roger stayed locked up in his office during a protest that was happening outside of Verity Baptist Church. But with Roger having Aaron Thompson on hand, Aaron will be there to hold his hand and a diaper change also if necessary. Moving on to day 3, you'll have Tommy McMurtry and Madman Bruce Mejia. Also, these guys will have the luxury of arriving late to the conference and be able to evaluate the situation and see if anyone is still left alive. For those that remember last year's protest of this very same conference that took place in Orlando, it was a dismal failure for the protesters. A menacing guy by the name of Thomas, who runs a YouTube channel, Holy Koolaid, dropped what he was doing in Texas and flew to Orlando. He had appointments with NPR and a couple other internet YouTube channels. He was warning people to stay away, and this was very dangerous. He made it sound like it was going to be the Watts or Rodney King riots or something like that. A total joke. Let's take a look at a few pictures from the protests last year. Oh, scary, menacing, dangerous. This guy was more interested in the festive activities, checking out some dudes on the beach, and dressing up like that stupid pumpkin. Not very meaningful. The guy's an idiot. However, this year, if Black Lives Matter gets involved and us currently taking a look at what's happening in Seattle and Portland, California, and some other hot spots, it could be very unfriendly in Tempe come October. Moving on. The Reason Files did speak with Jeff Utzler just the other day. I inquired and asked Jeff about a conference he attended back in August at Faithful Word Baptist Church, and he stated he was not there. However, a couple sources have revealed to me that I was lied to by Jeff Utzler, or he may be playing word games, but he was there, and he clearly knew what I was referring to. Also, in a text message a couple months ago, I asked Jeff Utzler about Kyle Chambers, and Jeff stated he did not know any Kyle. Here's a clip from that conversation.
How did you enjoy the conference last August, and did you get a chance to meet Dane Johansen at the skating rink?
I was not at that conference.
Oh, you was not at the conference. Okay. Okay. Did you see Chambers when he was in Florida?
I met him twice, and I didn't really have good interaction. Not good. I didn't have much of an interaction with him, so I can't say creepy or non-creepy. I definitely didn't get the creeps from him, but I never spent much time with him.